Namaste. My name is Kaylee. I'll be guiding you through this practice today, a practice that's specifically designed to address bloating, constipation, anytime you're feeling sluggish around your digestion. And it's a great practice to do around holidays, whether that's festive holidays, festivals, or vacations that you're going on where you might be eating out of your normal routine. Or maybe, you just have a long-term imbalance around your digestion and you struggle to go to the bathroom. You have a lot of discomfort. This practice is going to help you eliminate toxins around your navel, around the organs. We're going to give those organs a massage through the asanas, the poses today, specifically with forward folding and with twisting. It's going to help to move energy around these lower organs, the pelvic floor, the pelvic center, and around the navel. We're also going to work with the breath, the abdominal breath, to nourish the navel center and to help calm the mind, any distracting thoughts, things that are also stopping you from letting go. Okay, let's get into the practice. Okay, we're going to start the practice today with a breathing exercise that's going to clear out metabolic waste, clear the lungs, prepare the body for moving stagnant energy out. So find a cushion, bring it underneath your bum and come to sit on it so that your hips are higher than your knees. That will create a strong foundation where you can sit with a long spine, crown of the head reaching to the sky, and just find your seat as I demonstrate what we're going to do. So you'll bring your hands out, so this 10-2 position, the thumbs are pointing up. And then you're going to exhale the breath, pumping from the navel. So this is called Kapalabhati. So as you breathe out, feel the navel pumping back. I will just demonstrate. So I'm drawing the abdomen backwards, using my abdominal muscles. It's forcing the air out of my lungs through the nostrils, so keeping the mouth closed. So feel the pump from the navel rather than the nostrils. Okay, over to you. Bring your hands up. Arms are out at 10-2, the thumbs up to the sky, the fingers wrap inwards to the palms. Lengthen your spine again, just find your space and take a couple of breaths, breathing in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils. Again, breathe into both nostrils, send the breath to the belly. Exhale through both nostrils. Okay, take a short inhale and then pump the navel, draw the navel back. So find your rhythm, keep going with this breath. Find your rhythm, don't rush it. Allow the navel to pump rather than forcing from the nostrils. And don't overthink the inhale either. The body just knows naturally what to do. So the inhale will just come. So focus on the abdominal pumping. Okay, exhale all your breath. Release the hands, lower them back down to your thighs, your knees. And just feel the cleansing effect of this Kapalabhati breath through the center of your body, through your face, into the lungs. Feeling this purification of the breath and the body as you dispel the toxins, eliminating waste. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Come back to the room and then come to an all fours position on your mat. So clear your cushion if you have one. Just put that behind you. And come onto all fours. So you want your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. The hands, the fingers are pointing forwards. You have a nice strong foundation. And the spine is long. Tuck your chin gently. Okay, let's take a few breaths here. As you widen your knees, widen them as wide as your mat or a space, an oblong space around you. Bring the toes together and then lower your hips back towards your heels so the arms are staying out in front of you. Don't move your hands. Then inhale, rise back up to this tabletop, this all fours position. Exhale, lower the hips down to your heels. So coming into child's pose dynamically. Then inhale, lift back up to a tabletop position. Okay, pause for a moment. We're going to carry on this same movement back and forth into child's pose, but this time we'll add a breath count. So you're going to inhale from tabletop and then exhale for 4 counts, lowering back initially, inhaling back for 4, and then each round will increase the exhale. I'll talk you through. So meeting in tabletop, take an inhale, exhale, lower the hips for 4, 2, 3, 4, inhale 4, 2, 3, 4, exhale 5 this time, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 4, 2, 3, 4, exhale 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale 4, 2, 3, 4, exhale 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inhale 4, 2, 3, 4, moving with the breath, exhale 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inhale 4, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, lower your hips once again into child's pose, Balasana. Stretch your arms out further in front of you so the hands reaching forwards. Bring the forehead to the floor and connect with your abdominal breath. So staying in child's pose. Feeling this nourishment as you breathe into the belly, massaging the abdominal muscles, the abdominal organs. Calming the mind. Take one more breath. Then inhale, rise back up to a tabletop position. Draw your hands in. Bring your knees back to center, so they're under your hips. Then tuck your toes, inhale, and exhale, push up to downward dog. We're just gonna pause through here for a second, and then step your feet up between your hands, coming into a forward fold. Keep your hands grounded, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up to standing. So we're meeting in a standing position. Mountain pose. Lengthening through the spine, reaching the crown of the head to the sky, hands by your side. Take a pause here. Just feeling this length. Creating length in the spine, allowing energy to flow effortlessly through the body. Okay, bring your hands to the backs of your thighs, just underneath your bum. And lengthen the spine again. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forwards and slide your hands down the backs of your legs. So keeping that hands at the backs will open your shoulders, open the chest. Slide them back down to your heels and inhale, lift back up, sliding the hands up the backs of the legs. Slowly moving with the breath. Again, exhale, slide the hands down the backs of the legs towards the heels. Add a gentle bend in the knees if you need to. It's not a hamstring stretch. Inhale, slide the arms back up the legs. With a straight spine as you come back up. Okay, pause for a moment at the top. We're going to do the same again, but this time with a breath count. So we'll exhale, fold for 8, inhale up for 4. Okay, let's meet in Tadasana, mountain pose at the top. Hands behind the backs of the legs under the bum. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Shoulders are broad. Exhale, hinge at the hips for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And stay here, stay folded forwards. Moving into Uttanasana. You can bring your hands down to the ground in front of your toes. And add a gentle bend into the knees if you feel tightness in your hamstrings or your lower back. And reach your head, the crown of your head towards the ground. Relax your shoulders and just notice how that changes the position of the body and lengthens the spine. Keep the gentle bend in your knees so that you can connect with your abdominal breath. Feeling a massage around the bladder. These lower organs responsible for elimination, removing waste and toxins from your body. This is a great pose for getting rid of stuck matter, stuck energy. Okay, take one more breath. Keep your hands grounded. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Spine is long. Inhale, rise up to standing with a flat back. Exhale, release the hands. Meet back in mountain pose, Tadasana, and take a pause. Just start to connect inwards. Notice how slowing your breath, moving your body with this slower breath, slows everything down. Slows the mind. Mind is coming to stillness. The body is coming to stillness. Okay, we're just going to have a quick work through chair pose. So the feet are still hip distance apart. Inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. Biceps locked by your ears. And exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips to chair pose. So imagine you have a chair behind you and you're sitting on the edge of it. Inhale, draw the arms backwards. Feel space in your chest, the heart space. And exhale, tuck the tailbone. Create length through the back of through your spine, the back. Keep breathing here. Do a little alignment check. Check that your knees are behind your toes. And if not, lower the hips even deeper. Stay focused, stay calm. Chin still tucked. Take one more breath. Then inhale, push up to standing. Exhale, release the hands down to your sides. Pause for a moment. Okay, turn to your side now. So you want to come facing the side of your mat. So you can spread your legs wide. In a wide leg stance in yoga, you can use your arms as a measuring stick. So check that your wrists are in line with your outer ankles. So just have a look and adjust if you need to. Point your toes inwards. Keep the arms out wide so the hands are in line with your shoulders and the arms are parallel to the floor. Lengthen through the spine, reach the crown of your head up to the sky. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, lower the left hand down to the ground, so I'm mirroring you, and reach the right hand up to the sky. And coming into a twist. Look down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through the top arm and rise back to center. So keeping the spine straight the whole way through. Exhale, twist to the right, bring the left hand down to the ground, look up to the right thumb, look up to the sky. Look down to the ground, inhale, lift up through the top arm and come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right, lower the left hand down to the floor, look up to the sky and look up to the right arm. Look down to the ground, protect your spine, lift up through the top arm, come back to center. Okay, let's go once more and then we'll stay in the twist. So exhale to the right, left arm down to the floor, look up to the right hand up in the sky and stay here. Find the abdominal breath. Keep reaching up, stack the shoulders. And if this is too strong on your neck, you can look out to the side or down to the ground. Your choice. Find a position that's comfortable for you. You never want to overexert yourself in yoga. Finding a position of discomfort will enable you to grow, but you never want to feel pain. So listen to your body, study yourself. Okay, take one more breath deep into the belly. Look down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through the top arm and rise back up to center. Release the hands, pause for a moment. Just feel energy moving through your body. The physical differences after twisting just to one side. So the physical and the subtle differences. Your right side might be experiencing a tingling. Okay, let's take it to the other side, the left. So arms come out wide, hands in line with your shoulders, arms parallel to the floor. Lengthen through the spine, reach the crown of the head up to the sky as you inhale. And exhale, twist to the left. Bring your right hand down to the ground. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Look up to your left thumb. Look down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through the top arm and rise back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand down to the ground. Left arm up to the sky. Look up to the left thumb. Then look down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through the top arm and rise back up to center. Again, exhale, twist to the left. Right hand down, left arm up, look up to the left thumb. Look down to the ground. Inhale, lift up through the right arm. Come back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right arm down to the ground. Left arm up to the sky and stay here. So staying in the twist. Feel the twist from the navel as you connect with your belly breath. So feel that breath nourishing the navel center. Finding stillness. Finding a position of effortless effort. Take one more breath. Look down to the ground. And inhale, lift up through your top arm and rise back up to center. Exhale, release your hands, pause, and connect with the feeling in your physical and subtle body after twisting to both sides now. Notice the movement at the navel, as your digestion fires up. Okay, so let's balance out the twist and bring this grounding force, this eliminating force back into play. So we fight at the digestion, let's eliminate. So we're going to come into a fold. So staying with the wide leg position, just check your toes are pointed inwards, hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. Bring your hands to the ground under your face. So the hands are central. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. So elbows backwards in line with your, between your legs. Keep the hands on the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. So we have this subtle movement. We're going to carry on this movement, moving with the breath. I will just come to the side so that you can see in this demonstration. So we'll inhale for 4. Exhale for 6 counts, and then stay folded forwards, holding out the breath for 2. Okay? I'll count you through. So hands are on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay here, hold out the breath for 2. Inhale, halfway lift for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, bend the elbows back for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay here, hold out the breath for 2. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay here, hold out the breath for 2. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay here, hold out the breath for 2. Inhale for 4, take yourself through one more round. Inhaling 4, exhaling for 6, and then holding out the breath for 2, finding perfect stillness as you hold out the breath. Then after you've held out the breath, stay folded forwards. So staying in this wide leg, forward fold, connecting with the belly breath. And slide your hands backwards so they're in line with your feet. They're still central to the body. Elbows bend backwards, arms coming in 2 parallel lines. So our elbows are backwards through your legs, and reach the crown of your head down to the ground. Now, if you're feeling tightness in your hamstrings or your lower back, bend the knees. You can bend them very generously. You're aiming here to feel the belly breath very deeply. This is going to help nourish the organs, calm the mind, and help to eliminate. Keep breathing. Breath is quiet and full. Okay, take one more breath. Keep your hands grounded. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release your hands and pause for a moment. So notice a downward force through the center of your body, aiming towards the ground below you. This is Apana Vayu. It's an energetic wind, and it's responsible for elimination. This is a downward movement, a downward force of energy through your body. It helps to expel waste and toxins. And that's what we're activating today, this Apana Vayu wind. Okay, take one more breath and then heel toe your feet together, come back to the center and turn to face the top of your mat once again. So we're going to come to a low squat, malasana or garland pose. The whole time, your feet need to stay firmly together, so don't let your feet come apart throughout this pose. So I'll talk you through. Bring the inner edges of the feet to touch. So you're in the center of the mat ideally, it'll help you find your balance. Inner edges of the feet touching, lengthen through the spine. Then sweep the hands up and over the head. Come onto your toes. So you're on your tippy toes, everything is nice and long, arms reaching up, spine is long. And you're going to exhale and bend the knees, keeping the feet together, lowering down into a squat position. Spine is long, feet touching, heels touching. Widen your knees, keep the feet together. Then exhale, bend forwards, bow through your legs. The spine is reaching towards the floor in a parallel position, arms reaching out long in front of you and the heels reaching towards the ground. Again, the feet stay together, don't allow them to open. And once you're in this position, malasana, garland pose, connect with your belly breath. So in this pose, you can really feel the deep breath between your legs. On every inhale, your belly's rising and you're giving yourself that internal massage and you're activating Apana Vayu in the lowest parts of your energy centers. So it's quite a gritty pose. Stick with it, stay focused. Keep length through the back of your neck, so tuck your chin gently. Find a position of stillness and use your breath as your focus point, your anchor. Okay, take one more breath. On your next inhale, lift your arms up with a straight spine, so they're over your head. And exhale, lower everything to the floor, bum to the floor, legs out in front of you. And take a breath, just pause for a moment. Feel this deep connection to the floor, this downward energetic feeling, this force of Apana Vayu that will help you to eliminate, to get rid of this bloated feeling, constipated feeling, and also to let go of fears and anxieties, thoughts that no longer serve you. Okay. Slowly make your way over to lay on the front of your mat. So you're coming onto the belly, moving carefully, protect your back, and lower yourself all the way down to the floor, forehead touching the ground below. Okay, reach your hands around your back and interlace your fingers around your back so that the thumb rests on the tailbone, your sacrum, and the little fingers are facing up to the sky. Bring your forehead to the floor. Everything is nice and long, the shoulders relaxing. Let's take a breath here. So inhale, and then exhale. Exhale everything. On your next inhale, lift your forehead and chest away from the floor and reach your hands back towards your heels. So if this is already strong for you, stay here. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, exhale, push your hips into the floor. So the pubic bone pushes into the floor. Inhale, lift your legs up and away from the floor, the legs staying long. So coming into Shalabhasana, locust pose, you'll have your forehead, your chest, your legs all lifted in a nice long straight line. The chin is tucked. You have length in your neck. And breathe into your chest this time. So moving away from the belly breathing, notice how your heart space is opened up. And you can breathe into the top parts of your ribs, the chest space. Keep the chin tucked, focus. And feel your back muscles supporting you in this pose. Drawing energy
into the navel center in locust pose, firing up the digestion. Take one more breath. And exhale, slowly release everything to the floor with control. Turn your head to one side, your choice. Relax everything, hands can melt into the floor. And turn your head to the other side. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up to an all fours position. And then we're going to roll over to our backs. So, bring the legs out in front of you. Come down to lay on your back, moving carefully with control the entire time. So we're just going to counter the back bend, Shalabhasana, physically and energetically with a forward fold. This is Apanasana, and it's an amazing pose that you can just do any time that you feel bloated or are struggling with digestion, have gas. So bend your knees, hug your knees in towards your chest, both knees. Wrap your arms around the knees and give yourself a little hug. You can give some gentle movement from side to side. And then find a place of stillness, connecting with your breath. This deep abdominal breath, this nourishing breath. And just do a little self-test here. Release the breath and just hold the pose. Just notice how it feels. And then add in the deep abdominal breath. Really actively connect with this breath. Feel the belly rising towards the thighs as you inhale. And notice how just this subtle movement can make such a big difference in how you feel this massage around your organs, just calmness in your mind. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, release your left leg only. Stretch your left leg out along the floor. Keep the right leg hugged in and hold it with your left arm as you reach the right arm out along the floor to your side in a T shape, like a half T shape. Or if you don't have much space or you're touching something or someone, you can bend your right arm to come into a cactus arm position. So let's take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lower the right knee over your left leg towards the left side of the body. So onto the ground, reaching the knee towards the floor. But if it doesn't touch, if your right knee doesn't touch the floor, don't worry. It doesn't need to be connected to the ground. What is more important is that your right shoulder is along the floor. So you feel this foundation through the earth. So use your exhale to send the breath into your right shoulder and release it into the ground. Look over to your right side, so look out at your hand or to the ground along your right side. Then connect with the belly breath. And then just release any tension you're holding onto in the physical body, in the mind. Allow gravity to take over, so everything melts towards the floor. Feeling the twist from the navel. Okay, take one more breath. Look up to the sky. Then inhale, draw your right knee back to center. Exhale, stretch your right leg along the floor too. Release your hands. Pause for a moment and connect with your body. See how everything feels after twisting to one side. Now, as you inhale, draw your left knee in towards your chest and catch your left knee with your right hand. Stretch your left arm out along the side, coming into that half T shape, or use your cactus arm, bend the elbow, come into cactus arms. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lower the left knee towards the floor across your right side. Feeling the twist from the navel, the left shoulder stays connected to the floor as you look out to your left side. This deeper twist, finding your abdominal breath. And using the breath to massage the organs, to calm the mind. Take one more breath here, deep abdominal breath. And then inhale, look up to center, bring your left knee back up to center. Exhale, release your left knee, stretch it out along the floor. Relax your hands by your side and pause, connecting with the sensations of twisting, calmness of your mind. Okay, bend both knees. Roll to your right, and then make your way back up to a seated position. So we're going to come into a final forward fold for today. This is Baddha Konasana, also known as bound angle pose or cobbler's pose. So you're going to bend your knees out wide and bring your soles of your feet together so that they're touching in the center. Your hands come to the toes, wrap your hands around the toes, and then you have two options. You can leave the soles of the feet touching, or you can open them like a little book, like the leaves of a book opening up. Your choice, but wherever you are, keep the hands around the toes. Okay, keeping the hands where they are. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips. And fold forwards. So leaning forwards, feeling the movement from the hips to keep the spine long. Okay, then inhale, lengthen the spine and lift up once again. So finding that long back. And now exhale, fold forwards a little bit deeper, just until you feel your upper back starting to round. So find this position of effortless effort. It's a sign of mastery of the asanas or the poses. And when you reach effortless effort in your yoga poses, that's where you can start to connect deeper with the breath being the bridge from the physical body to the mind, our connection to prana, this vital life force that courses through everything. And we're finding a position of stillness in this effortless effort as you connect as well with your abdominal breath, feeling physical massage through the breath around your digestive organs, your bladder, your bowel. And with every exhale, feel these unhelpful thoughts that might also be coursing through your mind, leaving the body too. Use your exhale to eliminate all this waste,
all these toxins and toxic thoughts that no longer help you. Okay, take one more breath. Inhale. With a straight spine, rise back up to seated position, keeping the spine long. Exhale, release the hands, pause for a moment. Notice perfect clarity in your mind. Feel this downward movement of energy, of waste, ready for elimination. Okay. Slowly make your way down to lie on your back. And if you have any cushions or blankets, you can bring those with you as you come to lay in Savasana, corpse pose. If you have no props, that's absolutely fine. So laying on your back, the feet roll out wide. Arms are by your side, hands turned up to the sky. So the palms are facing up to the sky. Gently roll your shoulders back and tuck your chin, and then release everything. Connect back with your abdominal breathing as you inhale. Feel the belly rise like a balloon, swelling, filling up. And as you exhale, draw the navel back to your spine. Again, inhale. Feel the belly rising like a balloon. Exhale, draw the navel back to your spine. So stick with this abdominal breathing. And as you exhale, feel yourself grounding, rooting towards the floor. This deep connection. Downward force. Letting everything go, tension melting out of your body. Melting out of your mind. So stick with this abdominal breath and this downward sensation as you exhale for the next couple of minutes. Start to let go of your breath. Dissolve your breath and just rest in effortless awareness for a few more minutes.
perfect stillness. Start to return to your breath, bringing awareness back to your physical body too. Add some subtle movements to your fingers and your toes, your wrists, your ankles. And then lift your hands and arms up and over your head. Stretch out, come to a full body stretch. And bend your knees and roll over to your right side. Let's take a moment here, staying internalized, keeping the mind calm and focused, ready for our breathing practice, pranayama, and your meditation. Okay, after your next breath, make your way back up to a seated position, finding any cushions or blankets, bolsters, anything you have that might make your seat a little bit more comfortable. If you don't have a cushion, that's absolutely fine. You can still find a seat too. Ideally, we have our hips higher than the knees. Keeping the spine long and straight, crown of the head lifted towards the sky. So we're moving into our pranayama, the breathing practice, and we're going to practice complete yogic breathing. This is actually an incredible practice to just do and to get into the habit of anyway, because most of us breathe quite inefficiently. We only use a fraction of our lungs and the lung capacity. So yogic breathing teaches you to use the entire capacity of your lungs, right from the lowest parts of the lungs all the way up to the top. So we're going to feel into this space and then put it all together like a wave of breath. So start with the long spine. Bring the hands to your belly. So just rest your fingers on your belly. Find your breath. And as you inhale through both nostrils, send the breath into the belly. Feel your hands rising, the fingertips spreading as the breath goes down. And as you exhale, draw the navel back to the spine. Expel all of the breath out of the lungs, back through the nostrils. The lips are closed. Again, inhale through the nostrils, send the breath into the belly. Feel the hands rising. Exhale, draw the navel back, the fingertips come back in towards the spine, the belly lowers. Inhale, breathe in through the nostrils, send the breath down to the belly, hands rise. Exhale, draw the navel back to the spine. Okay, so you've started to connect with the belly breath now. When we say belly breath, we don't actually mean the breath is in the abdomen, in the belly space.
What we mean is that the breath is in the lowest parts of the lungs and it's caused the diaphragm to move. The diaphragm is very important for efficient breathing, expelling all of the breath, all of the waste, and creating space to fill the lungs. So that's what we mean by belly breathing. So let's move the breath up. Let's start to fill. We filled out the lowest parts. Let's fill up the middle parts of the lungs now. So bring your fingers and your thumb to the rib cage. The thumb around your back, still on the rib cage, the fingers at the front. Relax your shoulders, lengthen through the spine again, and breathe in through the nostrils. Send the breath into the belly, and then feel the breath filling up the lungs, and then the rib cage starts to expand as you feel the middle part. As you exhale, feel the ribs contracting as the breath comes back out. Inhale through the nostrils, send the breath down. Feel the ribs expand. Exhale, draw the navel back. Feel the ribs contract. Inhale into the belly. Feel the middle parts of your lungs now. The ribs expand. Exhale, draw the navel back, ribs contract. So we've connected the lowest parts, the middle parts. Now you're going to move your awareness into the upper ribs, the chest, the top part of your breath. And to help you, bring your fingers to this space around the middle, just above your breastbone. You have like a little notch where you can rest your fingers on some bones where the clavicles meet at the center. So find the notch, rest your fingers in there, and as you breathe in, sending the breath into the belly, then the middle parts of the lungs, and then into the top, filling the ribs at the top, notice how this notch at the top expands. The fingertips start to come apart. And as you exhale, the breath leaving the lungs, the ribs contracting, notice how the fingertips draw closer back together. The notch starts to shrink. Let's go again. Inhale. Breathe into the belly. Feel the middle parts of the lungs and feel the top of your ribs, the chest. Fingertips come apart. Exhale. Draw everything back. The fingertips come back together as the breath leaves the body. Inhale. Feel the chest. Feel the fingertips spreading apart. Exhale. Fingertips contract back together. Okay, well done. So you felt the three parts of the lungs filling up completely. Let's put that all together now. So rest your hands on your knees or your thighs, lengthening through the spine once more. Exhale all of the breath. The breath always starts with an exhale. And then as you inhale, keeping the lips closed, breathe into the belly. Feel the middle parts of the lungs filling up. And then the top of the ribs, the chest, the three parts are full. And as you exhale, the breath leaves as you draw your navel back to your spine, expelling all of the breath out. Inhale into the belly, the middle part of the lungs, and the chest, right to the top of your lungs. Exhale, contract everything, draw the navel back to the spine. Okay, stick with this breath, this three-part breathing, moving with your own pace. Find a natural rhythm that works for you, ensuring that the lungs are filled to entirety, to capacity. And as you exhale, all of the air, all of the breath, the CO2, the waste leaves your body. Notice how your mind starts to calm even further. Okay, take one more round of this breath. And as you reach the end of your exhale, release this breathing, this technique. Allow the breath to become effortless, but notice how deep and how full the breath is. How efficiently your lungs continue to breathe. How efficiently the waste is eliminated. Keep your eyes closed. The breath is light, and guide your awareness upwards to the center of your forehead. Feel into this space at the center of your forehead, starting to intuitively connect with this area, a seat of clear vision, clear-sightedness, intuition. Finding perfect calmness and clarity here as you sense for pulsations, vibrations. You might experience pulses of light or color, or maybe even sound right at the center of your forehead. Allow your breath to dissolve completely as you maintain your awareness here at the center of your forehead. And sense every pulsation as a silent message to your perfectly clear, perfectly calm mind. Start to return to your breath. And relax your body as you deepen your breath. Bring your hands to a prayer position in front of you, in front of your heart, in Anjali Mudra. And gently bow your chin. Send yourself some gratitude and feel into this perfect feeling of elimination, eliminating negative thoughts, the thoughts that no longer serve you. along with the waste from your body physically and energetically. Open your eyes, return back to your room. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Namaste.